Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we review another up and starting, or should I say resurrected, micro brand and their regular production model, the Circula Classic Automatic. I say resurrected and regular production because Circula is actually a brand from the 1950s, and the current owner and the man behind the brand is actually the grandson of the original founder. So in a way, they're restarting their family business. The brand was relaunched in 2018 with elegant quartz models, but for this year, they decided to start offering mechanical watches as well. For that occasion, they will be issuing a limited run of watches powered by the new old stock movements used in the original vintage models that were made by POV, a local Pforzheim movement factory. That model will be coming out in December, but can be pre-ordered already. It will be limited not only in numbers, but also in market, as it will be offered in Germany only. Who knows, maybe we'll get a chance to review that piece as well. But for now, we'll be taking a closer look at this, which is a regular production model, readily available to everyone. The watch is done in stainless steel with a very reasonable size of 39.5 millimeters. The lug-to-lug is under 46, and it means it can be worn on even the smallest of wrists, while the all-dial design gives it enough wrist presence to not look too small even if your wrist is on the large side. I would personally prefer a smaller diameter with this design, as usual, but again, calling it too big would just be wrong. The thickness is 10.5 millimeters, and it makes for a very slim and elegant profile. Now, speaking of profile, the watch has a typical German design language when it comes to the case. It's simple, with clearly separated three-piece construction. The middle case is brushed, while the bezel and caseback that surround it are highly polished. Both polishing and brushing are very crisp, and overall the fit and finish is pretty good, which is to be expected given the fact the polishing is done by hand. The crown is at 3 o'clock, and it's engraved with a balance wheel motif. The shape is pretty unique and makes for an easy grip when both turning it and pulling it out. The watch comes with sapphire crystals on both the front and the back, with the front having double-sided AR. If you follow my channel, you know my opinion on usage of AR on the outside, so I'll spare you my usual outburst and just say that I would prefer if it was used on the underside only. Under the crystal is a minimalistic dial with applied polished silver hour markers and a minimum of text. The watch just has a logo at 12 and automatic inscription at 6. That's it. The simplicity is carried over to the simple straight cut and polished hour markers and anthracite hands. The fact they decided to omit the date function is respect-worthy, as the no-date design fits perfectly with the minimalism and simplicity of the dial. Even though a date that the movement used actually has would increase the functionality, in my opinion it would have ruined the perfect symmetry and clean design they got like this. Now, whenever you play with minimalism, you risk making a watch that is, well, boring. Now, on this, however, they give it a few details to stop that from happening. The dial is not plain white, but has a texture to it, creating shadows and playing with the light as you move the watch around. Then there is the impossibly long blue seconds hand that not only has a curved end, but is also color matched to the blue seconds track. That is personally my favorite part of the design. It is playful, looks cool, and is functional because of the proper color coding that you know I always love. Now, flipping the watch over reveals the Miyota 9015 movement powering it, and it's such a refreshing sight to see a movement properly sized in relation to the case. It really bugs me when you flip the watch over and discover the movement is just a tiny part of the whole case. If you're making a large case that will make the movement used look tiny, just put a closed case back. It will look better. On this, that is luckily not the problem, so we get to see the Miyota movement that actually has some light decoration and a personalized rotor. The movement beats at 28,800 bph, comes with both hacking and hand winding, and is supposedly regulated by Circula themselves. I have no reason to doubt their claims, as this watch has held a steady +2 seconds a day during the week I spent with it. The supplied strap is handmade in Germany and is pretty nice. You also have an option of getting a metal mesh bracelet, but I felt this black leather just suits the watch better. Now, in conclusion, I will mention the price, which is €390 or roughly $430. For that, you get a watch that is hand-polished, assembled, and regulated in Germany, powered by a quality Japanese movement, and protected with sapphire crystals on both sides. The watch also looks good, at least to me, so it would seem the price is more than fair for what the watch offers. And I agree with that statement, but on this very model, I did notice some residue and foreign material around 6 o'clock area in the macro shots. And that is something I would not expect for the price and for a watch that prides itself in German perfection. Now, I'm sure this is just an isolated case and not a rule, but I have to mention it as it surprised me a bit, and hopefully it will help Circula tighten their quality control, as I would hate to see a small detail like this to ruin what is such a nice product overall. Well, that completes this week's review, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.